Joining us now on MSUEagles.com is a special guest. He's a former Eagle football player and doing some great things in the community up in Cincinnati, Ohio now. It's Dorron Hunter. And Dorron, we appreciate your time and we appreciate the reason you're here today, and we'll try to quickly explain that. You've got a bunch of 5th and 6th graders from the Cincinnati area with you, bringing them down, letting the Morehead State football program do a little bit of community service and show their contributions off the field. And you work with a group called Cincinnati Initiative to reduce violence. If you could first talk about that a little bit and the kids that you have with you today.
Okay, the Cincinnati Initiative to Reduce Violence is a program where we help young men try to come off the streets. We help them to find jobs, any resource that they might need, be it getting their birth certificate, driver's license. We're able to provide those resources for the young men to try to turn their lives around. And with the young kids that we have here today, these are special young men who have done well in the classroom, who have also done well in the community. And also we want them to understand when you do things like that, there is a reward. So for me, what better reward would there be for them than to bring them down to the university that I graduated from in 1982. I also did play football here and enjoy my experience here at the Morehead State University.
You were telling me a little bit, I asked you a few moments ago off camera, some of the questions these kids were asking you and kind of the level of their excitement when you first told them, we're going to go hang out with some Morehead State football players, Division I college football players. Just kind of enlighten the viewers on what the dialogue was like with the young people.
Well, it was really, really funny because the first question, as I stated, was, how far is the college, how far is the campus? And then as we were riding down here, some of the questions were, they start seeing, chickens and cattle and the mountains, and then they start asking questions about, is that real? Is that how it is down here? Is that what you experienced, your years here? And I told them it was a culture shock for me too, but I enjoyed every moment of it because it taught me how to be diversity, and the amount of people that I met while I was here, it helped me grow. And it'll help them to grow too. And so, hopefully and prayerfully, with the experience that they've had with the football players that have sat there and ate lunch with them, that they know that this is not out of their reach. Amen. That college is a possibility, and we don't have to try to, say I may not live to be 20. We don't want you to die. We want you to live, and college is a part of living.
Tell the Eagle fans out there a little more about your experience here at Morehead State. You graduated in 1982, as we mentioned. You played football here, and you were, I think, a 2-time OVC, all-OVC selection. But just give us a little more about your background, where you came from, and what you remember about your college experience academically and athletically.
Well, I came here from Cincinnati, Princeton in 1977. My freshman year, I was fortunate enough to make all-OVC. My senior year, I was also fortunate enough to make all-OVC. I was really blessed to play with some great football players, 2 by the name. One was Greg Bright, who ended up playing a couple years for the Cincinnati Bengals, and the other was Phil Simms, who played 14 years for the New York Giants. My experience here was great. I enjoyed the football program. I enjoyed the travels. I enjoyed meeting new people. I enjoyed going to different states, different cities. I enjoyed the academic part, which was the main reason we came. I came down here on football scholarship, but I was able to get my degree here, and haven't worked a day in that field, but that degree has opened so many doors for me, and I end up working with at-risk youth. And when I say at risk, that means they're at risk to graduate, at risk to have a 3.5, at risk to go to college. And when I say at risk, that is what I mean.
Sure. Talk about, there's obviously been a change of leadership with the football program here at Morehead State, and Rob Tenyer being promoted to the head job after 12 years as an assistant. But I know that, and I'm sure you've picked this up in your conversations with him, he wants to have championship caliber football players, but he wants to have well-rounded student athletes who go to class and do the right thing in the community and are looked up to as role models, especially for these younger people. Can you just talk about kind of your conversations with Rob and kind of your feeling on the Eagle football program moving forward?
Yes, I just let him know that from what I can see and what I've heard, that he's doing a great job. The guys coming in was an example. To sit with my young men today was a perfect example of what it takes to be a well-rounded football player. Not only in the classroom, in the city, in the country, on the field, off the field. And we need our student athletes to understand that you are a role model, whether you want to be one or not. So the things that you do are very important to the youth that you surround yourself with.
Well, Dorron, we thank you so much for coming back to your alma mater, Morehead State, and bringing all these young people with you, and we hope that we'll have a strong continued relationship with you and your organization in the future.
Thank you.
Dorron Hunter, a former Morehead State football player, here with 5th and 6th graders from Cincinnati, Ohio today. Thanks for your time.